and her father married an evil queen, who is my stepmother. And she was so jealous of my beauty that she put me in rags and made me do all of the chores. Do you guys have chores? Yeah! You have chores? What kind of chores do you do? Do you do chores? No? Do you? You are so lucky. Chores can be very hard. Now, every day, my evil stepmother would look into the magic mirror. Does everyone want to know what the magic mirror looks like? Yeah! Yeah? It looked just like this, only very big. Okay? And every day she would say, mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all? Does that sound familiar? Yeah? Now, the magic mirror would always say that it was the queen who was the fairest of them all. Except one day, she said it was me. That I was the fairest. And so the queen sent the evil huntsman to kill me. But he couldn't do it. So he told me to run away into the woods, and I was so sad. And I cried and I cried. I cried so much that all the little forest
I think he's looking for you.
I know.
And when I saw them, I became so happy. And they led me to a little house in the woods. Yes, it was. It looked just like a little doll's house. It did. It looked just like this. Oh, see? Yeah. Now, can you tell me how many little dwarfs were there? 12? Not quite. Not quite 12. There were 7, but they weren't home. And the room was so messy. And so I thought that maybe if I tidied up the room, that they would let me stay there. And luckily, I had the little forest animals to help me. Yeah! And you know what? To make my time go by faster to tidy up that room, I sang a song. Does anyone know what song I sang? Well, it goes a little something like this. Just whistle while you work. Ooh. Cheerfully together we can tidy up the place. So hum a merry tune. Does that sound familiar, guys? Yeah! Do you think you guys can sing it with me?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, because we're into Sims. Yeah.
Do you guys like to sing? Yeah. Me too. Me too. Well, after a long day of cleaning the dwarf's house, I got really sleepy. And so I went upstairs and I found 7 beds. And they all had funny little names on it. Can you guess whose names those were? Whose? Yeah. It was Snoopy. Not quite. Who? Dopey. Yes, that was one of them. Can we name a couple more? There's Sleepy. Sleepy. Yes. Grumpy. Grumpy. Good job.
Wow! Wow, cool!
How many more? Did anyone else think of them? Yeah. There was Bashful. We need 2 more. Can we think of them? No, there was Doc. That's 6. We need 1 more. Can you help me? Who else was there? Oh, you don't know? No. So let's see. There's Happy. There's Grumpy. There's Bashful. There's Sneezy. There's Sleepy. There's Dopey. Sleepy. Okay, there we go. Now, when the dwarfs came home from work, they saw that their house had been cleaned, and they thought that there was an evil monster in their house. But it wasn't. It was just me. And they found me sleeping in the bed. And when I woke up, they were so happy to have a lady in the house. if I made a wish and I took a bite, then my wish would come true. And so I wished upon wish that the prince that I loved would find me. And I sang this song. Someday my prince will come. Someday we'll meet again. And away to his castle we'll go. To be happy forever, I know. And then I took a bite. But it wasn't no ordinary apple. And I fell and I dropped the apple and I was asleep. She had poisoned that apple. She was so jealous that I was the fairest of them all. She wanted me gone so that she could be the fairest of them all. Well, her trick almost worked. But when the dwarfs came home, they saw that the wicked witch was there, and they chased her off, and she went into a cavern, and she was never heard from again. What was that?
The deers had the doors on their back.
Yeah. And so the dwarfs were so sad, and so were the little forest animals that they put me in a glass case in the forest. And one day, the prince had heard where I was, and he came to see me. And do you know what broke that curse?
No.
No? Well,
This of the prince.
yes, the prince, my one true love.